Hello everybody, welcome to my house. We are still in the senior citizens corner, but today we are doing something different. As you know, these days the doctors are telling us that we should reduce the amount of oil that we use in our food to keep healthy, and sometimes they tell us not to use any oil. Did you know that traditionally when you cook chicken, we never used to add oil? So today, from the Senior Citizens Corner here, Banakulubupe is going to show us how to cook chicken the traditional way without oil. Trust me, you will love it.
Thank you very much to give me this opportunity. Before, we had no cooking oil. We used to prepare chicken, and it must be cut in the joints, so that each person knows what part of chicken is eating. Number 2, we used to put tomatoes as the tomatoes appeared in our fields. Then onion. We used to add onion, salt. Before we had this table salt, as you call it. We had what we used to call chirwa. We used to go to the river and cut grass which was in certain rivers which had salt. We burn the grass when it is dry. We got the water from that those ashes, which was clean and clear. Then we boiled that water until it gave us what we call now salt. We learned that you can actually thicken soup by using meal.
Can you also use flour?
Yes, you can use flour if you have.
Okay.
Then water, about 2 cups. Then you take a pot in which to cook. So I put my pot down there on my stove. I put my pot there. Number 1. Number 2, I put water.
Are you putting all the water?
Yes, all the water, because
2 cups.
Yes, 2 cups.
And how much salt are you putting?
I'm putting salt equal to the pieces of chickens I have.
So it's about half a teaspoon?
Half a teaspoon.
Okay. And give you the chicken?
Yes. Traditionally, when we are eating, pieces are already known who will eat this type of piece or that piece. If you just come and take the piece, you bring problems, because some men at certain pieces which they like it most, and they will always expect that piece of chicken to be in their dish.
So ladies, those of you who have husbands, you know which piece your husband likes, so make sure that piece is there.
That piece is there. Or otherwise you will say this was not my chicken.
It was cooked for somebody else.
It was cooked for somebody else. And who is this somebody else? Then you have a headache.
You have to explain.
To explain who is the owner of whom you gave that particular piece, which he likes. This we need it. We don't throw away this water which is drained from the chicken. It's very important to keep the taste of the chicken.
So what next? How long are we going to cook this chicken?
Now we are going to cook this chicken. It will depend upon the fire. If you have good fire, after 10 to 20 minutes.
Do we have to cover?
We have to cover it, of course.
Yes.
Because in our compounds, flies are always there.
Okay.
So you have to keep away the flies.
Okay. So we'll cook it for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step.
Now that it has boiled for some minutes, I want to check if there is enough oil in the water. Fat from the chicken has now leaked into the water, and this water is the one which we are going to use to fry the chicken.
You can see a bit of oil showing there in the water.
That is what we use for frying the chicken.
We are moving on to the next step, which is separating the chicken from the water. As Banakulubupe said, you need to just boil the chicken for a few minutes. We actually boiled for 20 minutes. The fat that was in the chicken has separated and is now gone into the water.
The next step, my dears, is we bring a perforated plate like this, anything like a colander and something like that, always seal. And I take my chicken.
Can I help you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we
strain it.
We strain the chicken like so. Carefully.
Put them back in the pot.
Okay.
Then if you look in the water, there is fat from the chicken.
People, a very important step here. This oil is what we are going to use to fry the chicken.
So we have now reached the stage of browning the chicken.
We are going to be browning the chicken, so keep watching.
Oil which is now containing the fat from the chicken. I put it there and I let it boil until it finishes and begin turning brown. As you can see, my dears, that the water that we put, which are fat from the chicken, has evaporated and the oil is there being seen at the bottom of the pot. So we shall wait for that oil to cook until it begins turning the chicken brown.
The next step, Banakulubupe, can you explain now what is happening here?
If you look at the bottom of the pot, you will see that fat from the chicken has made something like coffee brown. So we are putting more water which we strained from the chicken.
Okay, so are we ready to go? Can I pour? How much should I pour?
Just a bit to cover the bottom of the pot.
Like that?
Can you touch it like
Okay, do you see that? You see the brown there? We're going again, some more there. Okay, you sort of turn the pot like that so that it goes all over the place. I hope you can see that it has turned brown, coffee brown, or is it golden brown? So we continue cooking. The water that we put has evaporated, and can you see that lovely golden brown there? It looks absolutely beautiful.
Yes, that first we put the balance of that water, not all of it, just a bit to make the chicken leave the bottom of the pot.
We put a little bit like that.
Let's cover the bottom.
Some more, let's cover the bottom like that.
Yes, like that.
Okay.
Then we turn.
Next, we have to turn the chicken. Until I've turned all the pieces, and we'll continue cooking. Mom, what else would you like to see? We turn it. What will be the next step?
The remaining pieces.
Yes, I will do that. And then after that?
After we have turned them upside down, we let all that
cook. We cover again and cook
until all the water evaporates.
Look at how lovely the chicken looks. We didn't put any oil. Look at that. Zero oil. All this oil. Imagine.
The next thing, we examine the pieces of the chicken where they are showing whitish.
Yes.
We turn for the last time these parts become golden brown like the others.
Okay, so we need to see what pieces are still looking whitish. So we have to turn again so that everything becomes golden brown. A good example is this piece here, this particular piece, this one. So we turn this piece carefully. You don't need to break the chicken. So, there we go. When you are cooking traditionally, what we usually do is you engage yourself in some other responsibilities. For example, you can see that she's knitting. Look at this. I think if you look at this, you agree with me that all the chicken is brown, and you can see there's still a lot of oil there. We didn't add any oil. A lot of fat which came from the chicken, you can see it there. I hope you can see that. So we are at another important stage. And so, Mom, what do we do from here?
From this time, we put a little of our water which we took from the chicken. The last water goes to just help us to lift up the pieces from the pot so that we leave the pot empty. And when the pot is empty, we are going to add onion.
So are we going to, do we have to use all the water, or we still have to leave a bit?
We need a bit.
We need to leave a bit. We don't use all the water. So here is a trick. I can see that whenever you need to turn the chicken or lift the chicken, you need to add a little bit of water so that the skin of the chicken does not stick to the pot. When you add water, it loosens the chicken and then it's easy to remove. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be taking the chicken out of the pot and putting it onto the plate. And here I go. And I've put them aside. And now we are moving on to the next step, which is
the next step. We are going to add onion and tomatoes, but you must make sure the onion together with the tomatoes must not surpass the chicken. They should be below the taste of the chicken.
Important point there, don't put too much onion or too much tomatoes, otherwise the taste of the onion and the tomatoes will overpower the taste of the chicken. And in traditional cooking, we want the actual taste of the food that you are cooking, in this case chicken.
Next step, I take 1 tablespoon of any kind of meal I have. It can be from maize, kaffir corn, cassava, what have you. Then you put in a cup of...
In this case, we are using maize meal.
We are using maize meal. This is a dessert spoon. I'm supposed to use a tablespoon for 1 chicken. You put according to the meat you have.
How many have you put? You put 2?
I have put 1 tablespoon. I have tried to join 1.5 dessert spoon, which makes 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon. When I look at the pot, the soup has become 1. Tomato, onion, and the thickening agent, we have put them together with water, and it looks nice. You feel like enjoying it right now.
Yes.
So now,
Please go ahead.
the next step, we are going to put pieces of chicken which we had taken out so that they blend together, the chicken and the soup, and make one relish.
And remember, we haven't added any spices. The only thing we've added is tomatoes and onion. We have added nothing. But look at how lovely it looks. Look at how lovely it looks. Nothing added, no colorants, nothing. Traditional way of cooking. It's so beautiful. So here we go.
Here we add the chicken,
There we go. So
and when we look at it, we say, no, the soup is not enough for the children. And even for those people like Nkondwa. I don't know what you call Nkondwa in English.
it's the people who like to eat the chicken with the shima or the fufu or the pap. You know, you like to dip your fufu or your shima in the soup. So people who love to dip their shima fufu in the soup, they might want more soup. That's what Mom is saying. So do we need some more water?
We do.
We need some more water. Okay, let me get some water. Here is the water, Mom.
You can add, I will tell you when to stop. It's better to put on the side so that it mixes with the soup which is already there.
Can I add some more?
Yes. More. You are afraid. Put a little bit more. Put more.
Okay, so she says now the soup is enough. Especially if you're having the chicken with an accompaniment like rice or shima, or we call it shima with the thick porridge. We call it in shima in Zambia. In Zimbabwe, it's called tsadza, and other places they call it pap. So if you're having your chicken with any of those, you need to add a little bit more soup. So that is what we have done. People, as Mom said, she says when you're cooking traditionally, it takes a little bit of time. So you need to do something on the side. So let me show you what I was doing on the side. You know, as you know, most of you don't know, I'm a banana farmer. So this time around, when I harvested my bananas, most of them were small and the size was not really good for the market. So I've decided to make a banana cake. I'm trying to see if I don't want to use any flour. I just want to use bananas. I think I saw a recipe on YouTube. So I'm making a banana cake. So what I did was I got the bananas and I peeled off. These are ripe bananas. You can see they're soft. I peeled off the skin, and then I'm using a potato masher. I'm mashing the bananas. Later on, I'm going to blend or use a mixer, and then I'm going to bake a cake. So I took the advice and I decided to make something great. I'll show you the outcome when I finish baking my cake. So I kept myself busy. Now, after all the processes that we went through, we have finally come to the end of cooking our delicious chicken, and trust me, it is delicious. It looks delicious. I believe it tastes delicious, and they say the most important part of cooking is the tasting. So just look at this. Look at how lovely it looks. Look at the color of the soup. Look at the color of the chicken pieces. Don't they look lovely? And this is how you cook chicken without using a drop of oil. It's very healthy. It is delicious. We'll get to the testing, but in terms of cooking, we are done with our cooking, and this is how beautiful it looks. This would go very well with thick porridge or shima or pap or tadza. It will go so well with that. So I'm right away going to cook my shima so that we can enjoy the chicken. We've come to the best part of cooking, testing. I had wanted to end this video, but I was told to say no, we have to test the food. So testing, the best part of cooking. So here we go. I'll take a piece here, nice piece. Just look at how lovely it looks. This is for my cameraman. That's your piece to taste. And mom said she wants to eat her piece with shima, but now she's changed her mind. So I don't mind. I'll give her a piece. That is yours, Mom, for testing. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Although it's a very big piece. I wonder what we're going to eat for supper, but no problem. We have plenty of pieces. And that is my piece for testing. So testing. Here we go. Here we go, testing.
Nice.
It really tastes good. Try it.